Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League and let's try out this team. We're going to be using the Jumpluff with the Gastrodon and the Dunsparce. So we got the Dugong coming in here. We were slightly late, so they were able to get to this Icy Wind first. And we're going to try to CAP tie on the next one. We do get the CAP tying, but it's going to be reduced damage because they've already debuffed us. And we grab a shield. We are going to shield here so that we can get off another rock slide. Our opponent is going to have to tank this move. And then we're going to throw this next rock slide on timing so we get another CAP time. Doesn't quite KO, and now we are left with a decision. Do we double shield here or do we let it go? We decided to double shield. We do get the farm down and we come out with a ton of energy. Going to switch out immediately and we get met with a really bad counter here. And this Jumpluff versus this Toxic Ice is going to be no bueno. We are going to get potentially farm down. Let's see what they end up doing. We try to go for the debuff, unable to get the debuff. Here comes a move. Okay, they go for the Sludge Wave immediately and take us out. Now we have the Gastrodon to farm down their Toxapex. They're going to fire back with the Brine, and now we see the Marrow come in. We try to catch a move. Our opponent does go for the farm down, and now they have a ton of energy to use. This Body Slam here probably is going to get shielded. Yep. Now they're going to be able to get to another move. Will our next Body Slam take them out from this range? Let's find out. We need this to KO. And nope, they actually had double as well. So GG's to our opponent. They were just running a really, really heavy fast move team. Unable to wiggle out of that Dugong matchup. It was just a matter of like one turn. If we had got the rock slide off first, that entire matchup would have flipped completely. All right, next game we got the Jumpluff versus the Primate. This is pretty decent. They switch into their Mandibuzz. Interesting switch. Running Snarl. Not even running the Air Slash to deal super effective to the Jumpluff. So maybe they're just sacking this. We are going to be able to fire off these Rock Slides. Rock Slide does 20%, something like that. And another Rock Slide goes through. They go for the Dark Pulse. Now it's just a matter of, do we want to shield here or do we want to go for the farm down? We decided to go for the one shield farm down. Now we're going to have energy to throw back at this Primate. We're going to fire off this Drill Run. The Drill Run does grab a shield, interesting enough. And then we're going to fire off another Drill Run, grab that second shield. They switch on to the Clockstar, and now we have total control here. Gastrodon is going to be able to look to not farm down, but we're going to get a move off here to KO. Earth Power does go through, takes him out, and now we're just going to force this Primate to use a lot of energy. Rage Fist gets used, their attack is boosted, and now we're going to chip away with the Body Slam, and then we're going to switch out immediately into the Jumpluff with an Aerial Ace. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Jumpluff at the end. Yeah, the Clocksire with the Primate Core is kind of common. I've seen that, but luckily we were able to get the alignment and we were able to avoid the Clocksire. Gyarados, kind of interesting, resisting our fast moves. They go for the lunge debuff. We're going to go for this potential bait, and we do grab a shield. They're going to go for another lunge, and then we're going to switch out there to reset, and then we're going to get met with the Diggersby. So looks like they are going to maintain alignment, but we do have the shield advantage, so maybe we can shield our way through some of the matchups later on. Unfortunately, this particular matchup here is just not going to be successful for us. As you can see, we're not really doing a lot of fast move or charge move damage. Our opponent is going to try to get to another Scorching Sand, though. Okay, another move goes through and takes us out easily. We're going to go into a Jumpluff, fire off the Aerial Ace, taking out the Diggersby. Now we're going to come in with the Gastro versus the Gyarados. Potentially could no Trailblaze. So that's what we shielded right there, but unfortunately we get baited. Lunge gets used. We know this is Hydro. We can survive one. And now we're just going to apply pressure. We're just going to go for this Earth Power to deal some huge damage or potential shield. They elect to let it go. We get the farm down. Now we have energy to throw back. Now we're going to switch out immediately. Okay, our opponent is going to have to throw a move. Ends up being the lunge, which is going to debuff us. But we're at an Aerial Ace. We're going to grab the shield back. And now it's a race. We do get to the Aerial Ace. So GG's to our opponent. Able to take out that Gyarados. Kind of a problematic one to deal with. But luckily, able to get to that aerial ace to get it out of the way. Also, the main core here, if you haven't figured it out, is the Jumpluff with the Gastrodon. So kind of an interesting core if you have these to use. Now we have the mirror Jumpluff. Interesting. Both of us are staying in. They go for the aerial ace. We build up a lot of energy baiting the acrobatics, but it looks like our opponent is also just letting these go. This is always tricky. We're just going to let this go and we're just going to play this. Okay, they actually switch out, trying to catch and move, but we were aware of that and we go into the Dunsparce mirror matchup. This matchup here, because they were the first one to switch in, they had the energy advantage. But the one thing we don't know is who's going to be able to win CAP ties. So we could negate the slight energy advantage with the CAP tie, but our opponent is going to be able to reach a move here. We're going to shield. They go for the rock slide, which is kind of smart because if we had tried to catch a move, it would have got caught onto the Jumpluff potentially. So interesting moments here. They go for a rock slide again, anticipating a catch. We know they're relatively energy dry. We're going to farm down with our Gastro. We're going to switch out immediately into our Jumpluff. They decided to go for the farm. We decided to go for the aerial ace. We grab that shield, and then we're going to be able to get to this energy ball towards this B barrel. Huge damage. We know that we can survive one. We need to save the shield for their last. We're going to go for the farm down, and we do get the farm down. So now we're going to have to go for this body slam towards this Jumpluff. Jumpluff doesn't get taken out. No matter what, we have to shield here. Even if they bait, we need them to use energy. And luckily, we are able to reach another body slam for the KO. So GG's to our opponent, able to sneak away with the win with the Gastro right there. So we have this interesting situation that we just had where they went into the Dunsparce. We matched them, and it ended up being the right decision. So sometimes you just got to go to the mirror and hope for the best, even though you're going to probably lose that mirror matchup. Solar Beam Licky would have been disastrous against our Gastro. So this is another case where traditionally Gastro is probably way better against the Licky, but we decided to go into the Dunsparce matchup. Our opponent does look like they want to keep this switch. We had to invest 2 shields just to get this Licky out of here. Now we're going to see the Shadow Venusaur, and that is GG's for us because we have no shields and they're going to be pretty decent against our last 2. We are getting core broken right now. This is Sludge Bomb, pretty decent damage. B-Barrel coming in, going to be able to fire off these Surfs in pretty, Hyper Feint or Surf. Either way, they're going to be able to get to these moves quite quickly. We go for the Earth Power Undercharge, and we get 1 extra Mud Slap. I'm not sure if that's even going to be useful. Here, we're going to go for the Body Slam. It's going to get the shield. We try to switch out of there, but they're going to have energy to take us out with a Sludge Bomb. So, well played by our opponent. Unable to win that matchup right there with the double normal. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.